Hi, my magical peeps. I just wanted to get on here and share intuitive storytelling. This is something that I've shared with my clients, and it is a story about the vending machine because I feel like the vending machine speaks so much to human conditioning and human behaviors and how we can cognitively train our in that CBT cognitive behavioral therapy. You can train through your mind and your body these behaviors that either can go in one direction really healthy or in the other direction not so very healthy. So the story of the vending machine is, let's say you're at university and there's a vending machine down the hallway of one of your classes. And after one of the classes days that you finished, you don't normally get a snack from the vending machine, but that day you're extremely hungry and you're like, oh, I just love a bag of snacks with a nice cold drink. And the vending machine is right there. And because you don't normally, get something from the vending machine, you don't have your money with you, you don't have a wallet, and your friends are already at the next class, so there's no one to ask to borrow money. So that day you feel a little desperate and feel like you want to maybe take a shortcut and cheat the system. So you kind of look at the vending machine. You look like the items are on the very edge. And you feel like maybe I should just nudge the machine a little bit. And if I nudge it enough, maybe it will give me my snack and my drink. And lo and behold, you do that little nudge. And because the vending machine is broken, it ends up doling out a free snack and a free drink. And you feel like what? You've won the lottery. You've won the snack lottery because this is something that you really wanted. And in hoping and wishing for it, without having the resources, the proper resources to actually acquire it, you were able to bypass and shortcut it and still be able to receive it. So you feel like you won, right? You got something for free, essentially. So this is a wonderful, elated feeling initially. But let's say that for the rest of the school year, every time you crossed that vending machine, you started to have this craving for a snack and a drink every time after this class. And for the rest of the year, because the vending machine was broken, you were able to nudge it in your own special way and be able to get a free drink and free snack for a whole school year. So you have been living life. And now you go off to summer vacation, living another part of your best life. And you come back from summer vacation, it's the next year or term for your school. And just lo and behold, because of how classes are scheduled, you have a class that also is in that same hallway with that vending machine. And when you see it, what do you think? You think, oh, my sweet friend, we've reconnected. I can get my free snacks again, right? Well, no one knows, not even you, that actually the vending machine got fixed over the summer. And it is no longer a broken vending machine. And now it is fixed. It really is not going to be giving out any free snacks. But you don't know this. You go and approach the vending machine starting your new year, and you're very excited to be able to get your free drink and snack because you think this is going to be a solid win. Being able to have class in the same hallway, pass by this vending machine that is your favorite friend now that gives you free shit without you paying for it or having to effort anything correctly, and then be on your way. Well, as you first approach it and you realize in your first initial nudge that it doesn't do what it normally does, which is through the conditioned behavior of getting a free drink and a free snack. What happens? Well, if I'm being really honest, in our psychology of our mind, I would be upset. First off, I'd question, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, why aren't you giving me my free drink and my free snack? And the only reason I have that thought process is because it has already given it to me for so long. This conditioned response that has garnered what? An expectation level within myself so that I feel entitled in this expectation to receive this free drink and free snack. So now I question it. And after questioning it, and after for sure nudging it a little bit harder, maybe getting a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more physically aggressive with the whole machine, I can tap into my angry behaviors, right? And the emotion of anger comes up. Anger because I feel hurt that I'm not getting what I feel I deserve, which is my free drink and free snack. And maybe I fight with this machine for God knows how long, and maybe it makes me late for my next class, but I feel so righteously angry. And that's the other catch. Righteous anger, when we feel like we're in the right to be able to be angry and have this specific emotion, right? And righteous anger is dangerous because even though we may feel right, because we feel so right on this extreme end, it actually is wrong. And there is an inherent incorrect, imbalanced state of mind and being because you are so righteous in your anger, you are actually imbalanced. And when you are imbalanced in your own being because you've swayed the scales in one direction so far, it's no longer healthy, even if we feel like we're right. I just want to clarify. So even though you may be right in feeling that angry emotion, because it takes our being out of our own center of balance, it is actually wrong, if that makes sense. So as I continue with the story, you put up this fight with this big old vending machine, you and them, and nothing happens because they've been fixed. There's no free drink or free snack. So you go into your class late, and in your head, not only are you angry, you're blaming. Look at these behaviors are popping up. You're blaming the vending machine, the thing, something, external influence, object, situation, person, place, or thing. You're blaming them for how you feel. Angry, discontented, belligerent, maybe rebellious, whatever, righteously angry, whatever it is. And here's the thing. After you have this initial fight with this vending machine that has now been fixed, I'll ask an honest question. If you saw that vending machine next week in class and you're passing by down the hallway, be honest. Are you going to pass by the vending machine just like, oh, yeah, now you're fixed. I'm not going to deal with you anymore. Or two, oh, now you're fixed. I'm going to bring my money and actually put my money in there and pay for my drink and snack. Or are you going to continue to maybe try again for X amount of period until and fighting with the vending machine, feeling entitled and deserving of the free drink and free snack that they owe to you because they gave that to you last year for a whole year, right? And I would say, if I'm being honest, the latter, because when we get into a conditioned behavior of expectations, I'm not going to let that go really easily. I become a dog with a bone. It's probably going to be if a month, if not a couple months of continuously badgering and potentially aggressively harassing this vending machine, feeling like it needs to give me a free drink and free snack. So this is something that is the intuitive storytelling piece. If you guys can think for a moment in what places, areas, relationships, or situations or environments in your life where maybe you've given something freely, but then after some reflection, maybe some personal growth, you feel like, you know what, that actually isn't really healthy for me to be able to give like that. One, maybe it's not sustainable. Two, maybe you feel like you're enabling a bad behavior. Three, maybe it's crossing a healthy boundary that you're finally ready to set a boundary for yourself around. So when that happens, please recognize that when people have been receiving their free drink and free snack from you, to all of a sudden change that behavior. And even though you are performing from this vending machine world from a healthier place where you're fixed and you recognize that, okay, in proper etiquette of how to receive this exchange with me, you need to put in your money through my coin slot or cash slot machine or Apple Pay in order to be able to receive XYZ thing from me, to have this healthier exchange, right? That feels really more balanced. And so this is the story that I want to leave with you guys, because I think people get so discombobulated and disoriented and shook up when they start to implement a healthier behavior in a situation, in a relationship, and they feel this backlash of righteous anger or just anger in general, some aggression, right? And for sure, probably some manipulation or control. I would say that ties in regards to me if I was the person trying to effectively have this vending machine give me free shit. I would start to manipulate the machine. I maybe wouldn't just shake it. Maybe I just trying to stick my hand up the slot on the bottom. All sorts of things of how we would try to manipulate the object, i.e., the vending machine, or ourselves, right? If this is a relationship we're talking about, to be able to give us what it is we want. So I'm saying, don't be faced by that. Recognize in this story of the vending machine that these conditioned behaviors that human beings get trained into based on environment or a situation or relational dynamic, that it is not a reflection of you when they become extremely angry and overtly aggressive towards you. It is just a reflection of how they've been conditioned to have an expectation, that maybe that expectation turns into an entitled feeling where I feel like I deserve this. You owe me this. Yes. And that is their piece. It's the other person's piece to be able to work on. That is their stuff that they need to grow and transmute and personally level themselves up out of, to be able to grow emotionally a little bit and recognize in the situation that finally, however long it takes, months down the road, weeks down the road, that when they pass by that vending machine, they'll have a dollar bill in their pocket. They'll willingly take out their phone and do an Apple Tap Pay or something like that in order to do the proper exchange necessary to then receive what it is that they want and feel like they want in that moment, which is that drink and that snack. So I leave that with you guys today to really have this story of this vending machine, have you consider how that maybe has played out, is currently playing out in your life around a situation that maybe you are trying to assert healthier boundaries, that you are trying to change the dynamics into a healthier space and setting and dynamics that wasn't so healthy before, that you could come upon these kind of reactions, responses with the other person. And when you do see that, you can maybe go, oh, I remember. There was a story that someone said about a vending machine. And I feel like that tied to human conditioning behaviors. So that's something that I thought was just a really fun story that really speaks to human interactions and human dynamics. And I hope you get something from that today so that you can maybe feel even stronger, even more grounded when you are setting those healthy boundaries, when you become that healthy vending machine where you're like, no, free drink, free snack, you got to pay up. There has to be that exchange. Because at the end of the day, even from the vending machine story perspective, that vending machine that gave away that free drink and free snack for the whole year to that student, as the person that is running or owning or operating that vending machine business, it becomes a loss in revenue. And that is a monetary metaphor to explain energetically what is happening between human interaction and exchanges, that there becomes energy loss, right? And emotional, drain, psychological drain. And so in order to want to cheer you guys on, for sure, give you guys the strongest, healthiest mind, body, spirit energy, this is what I leave with you guys. All right. I wish you guys well. I love you guys so much.